Yo, what's good, chat? What's good? Give me 1 second. Is that light behind you or just aura? Dude, you might not believe it, but it's just my aura, dude. It's just my aura. Chat, how we doing? How we doing? Hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. So, I was actually looking at this high as a draw on liquidity. This 630 high, but we already started to take it out. A little bit different camera angle-ish. A little more zoomed out. Also, the height is adjusted a little bit, so see how it goes. All right, short week. We got Thanksgiving, and Friday is also a short week, or a short day, excuse me. So not many days to trade. So we'll be live Monday through Wednesday, and then we'll see how the week ends there. Camera quality spoggers. All right. I feel like I don't know how to do any of this. Chat, I was not really on the computer at all this entire weekend. I was just chilling, I'm not gonna lie. I took a breather this weekend. Appreciate you, Storms. Alright, let's look at the 4 hour. We filled the NWOG from last night. Pretty solid overnight session. After filling the NWOG, it's been a pretty good melt up. 4 hour gap here plus daily. So here's my thought process. If we get a daily close above Thursday, I think this is going to be the start of a move to all-time highs. We took out this October low here. Good sell side sweep. If we violate this OB, which it looks like we are, we'll go. We'll look for higher prices. So I do think the overall draw is going to be higher here. In terms of internal sell side, I don't really see much because this is like a massive gap. Yeah, not much internal sell side here at all. It's just external. We are moving. I actually wanted to, like, before I came on stream today, I was like, all right, we're going to long today on stream, but it's just been taken off. It's almost 200 points off open, just like that. Nah, it's the same room. It's the same room. You guys fuck with this angle more than the other one? I think you guys are liking this one more. Chat, make sure to drop a like on the stream. Make sure to drop a like. If you guys are new here, make sure to drop a sub. We got a lot of subscribers over the weekend. Obviously, a lot of tension on Twitter over the weekend as well. What's good, Slim? Everything good? Yes, sir. Everything's good, bro. Everything's good. Oh, I took longs, nice. Yeah, I think higher prices is good. I think the first 5 or 15 minute retracement. So in this environment, we usually don't retrace too early in the 5 and 15 minute gaps, but hopefully we do get a retracement into this one. We'll look for longs. Love your section and Kits X Space. Hey, I appreciate it. I'm actually gonna upload that today or tomorrow. I had someone sent me the clipped out recording, and I'm gonna upload that on my channel. What's up, bro? Hope you had a good weekend. I did. Anyone do anything fun this weekend? Let me get my socks. Oh my god, dude. Let me put some socks on. Give me a sec, chat. Went golf at the country club. Nice, dude. I bought a new set of golf clubs. The ones from Costco. Dude, it's crazy how much of a difference it makes. You, Brian, let's get crazy hate on X. You think it's because of ICT? I don't know, bro. People just hate. Any posts that go popular have hate comments. Long as it plays today, I think so too. If we can get like a 5-minute tap here, we'll see what we can do. ES has equal lows on here, but I don't think we're gonna go for them. They might be protected. We'll see. Ah, flu and strep. That's not fun. Costco hot dog. The first thing I did was buy a new set of golf clubs. What accounts are you trading now? I'm almost done with some TBT evals. I have Top Step, and then honestly, chat. So some people might not agree with this. So my day trading port on options and futures, I usually keep at like 200, 300K, right? And then I withdraw. But my long-term portfolio is obviously much larger, and I don't day trade on it at all. It's just straight long-term stuff, and I do some leaps on it, but mostly equities, shares, things like that. So I was thinking, I was like, what if I want to day trade with a higher amount, right? So I was thinking of day trading with around 500K, and obviously I'll do options and futures with it. And I think that would be my next plan. Kind of going away from firms, but like still trying to abuse TPT and Top Step while I'm at that. But I think a 500K day trading port is good. Before anyone says anything about taxes, yes, I have enough for taxes. I always save up for taxes since the start of the year, so that's not an issue. Yeah, I did, Dan. Alright, 5-minute gap here, pretty small on ES. We have one on NQ as well. No 1-minute like bearish gap for us to play inversion off of, so let's kind of wait and see how this plays out. But yeah, I think moving away from firm is not like the goal. I mean, it is a goal obviously because I can already do it, but I think now I feel comfortable to put that type of size into a Robinhood account. All right, 5-minute gap here. ES is pretty weak here compared to NQ. It's 0.7% difference. I think the draw this week could be all the way up here. Like all the way up here. I think TPT and Top Step are the only ones I'm going to be trading. Alright, 5 minutes getting a pretty good reaction. Unfortunately, there's no 1-minute gap for me to take. Like, normally I would look for a 5-minute retracement into this gap like we did, and then like a 1-minute inversion, but there's no 1-minute fair value gaps. Thank you, Sour. Appreciate it. Or Soda. Alright, just gotta wait it out, chat. Just gotta wait it out. What's the point of running TPT live? I mean, it's just extra leverage. Why wouldn't I utilize that to my advantage? What were your rejects from? This 4-hour gap. And this 1 hour gap. There's a fresh 1 hour gap up here. That's what we're kind of rejecting from. ES is a lot weaker than NQ here. I have videos you could learn how to trade with, like me. I'm gonna go 150K on TBT. I mean, these are evals, but I'm almost done, I guess. I'm like halfway with them. So hopefully I can finish them and then be done by Friday. Alright, Jay, I have a question though. I have a question for you guys. Are we at the bottom for this move down, or yes or no? Do you guys think we've reached the bottom with this move down? If I'm being completely honest, I have no idea. It looks like it is, but like we might have. No. Okay. I honestly, if I was to be like, it's like a perfect thing, I would look for a monthly gap. If we could somehow tap the monthly gap here, that would be A++ to go longs. This would be amazing right here. This. That would put us in a bear market though, so I don't know how much juice this has left, but that would be solid. Alright, got some SMT at these lows here. NQ still looks like a really good long, and ES is kind of dropping down. So, like I said, 0.7% difference. It's a huge difference on ES and NQ. Yeah, I'm gonna be kind of chilling on this until we get a solid expansion. I did want to see longs up to like 700s, 650s, but we ran pretty early. Chat, would you guys be interested in a how I traded Apex type of video on a YouTube video? I was gonna give some insight on how I build buffer. Let me check Forex Factory. We got PPI tomorrow. We have PPI. That's weird. No CPI, but just PPI? Alright, cool. I'll make it this week, before I go back to my parents' house for Thanksgiving. CPI to 10, okay. Chat, make sure to drop a like on the stream. If we get 100 plus likes, we'll do a giveaway. We'll do a giveaway on the stream here for Smart Platform points. You guys can redeem those for free evals. Yeah, I saw that. London lows do have perfect equal lows. On ES, they do almost as well, but I don't want to fade this gap yet because this looks like this could run a lot higher. NQ still looks strong. I almost tempted to take a jab here for longs. If ES wasn't so weak, I'd definitely jab longs here on NQ. I still think NQ longs are gonna work out eventually. What's the R on it? Like, the thing is, like, let's say I took this long here. There's no buy side. So I generally don't know where to put the, maybe there's like this 15-minute high here. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna mark out that 802 because it's a 15-minute high. We'll see where that goes. So I got some ideas for some reels for this week, and then I do want to start posting videos as well, like tips and tricks. And chat, I saw so many quote tweets, so many posts like, how is Apex allowing you to get full payout with first 3 payouts? I'm like, dude, if you run up a high balance, there's a likely chance they'll offer you the full balance, so you don't end up robbing them too much. Alright, stay patient here. Just kind of waiting around and seeing what happens. Still early. Yeah, for sure, imagining the risk. Yeah, there's a massive divergence, dude. ES is barely green on day, and NQ is like dead. Like, look at this from the top, bro. NQ moved down 100 points. ES is down 30. How many Apex accounts was it? It was only 14, not even the full 20 sec. Alright. Excuse me. It looks like we're going to come back to range. ES might go for these London lows. Let's check the hourly. I just don't know what the profile is for this week. Are we bearish or bullish? Obviously a bearish weekly close, but with that sell side being swept. I guess we'll see how this 4-hour closes here in 10 minutes. NQ and ES are totally not in sync, by the way. We have a 4-hour gap here on NQ that could probably get tabbed, or ES, excuse me. If we inverse this 5, that'd be pretty good R. It's just risky shorting ES compared to NQ. Alright, either we get the ES or NQ 1-minute inversion, or 5-minute inversion to the downside, or we take this to the upside. I think that's the move, chat. Yeah, that could be the draw overall. I'm going to wait for this 5-minute inversion. ES is super weak. Do you use Trade Group Trade? Yeah. Trade Group Trade. Yes, sir. All right. If we look at a 1-minute inversion here, I'm gonna take this to upside. All right. TPT and Top Step. Alright, we'll look for this 1-minute inversion here for upside. Hopefully this doesn't run without us. That's a high probability setup because we have the SMT at the lows. It's a 15-minute gap start. There's no really much sell side or buy side here. Excuse me. It's just been a massive sell off, so I'm just using 15-minute highs. All right, y'all. I'm gonna jab this. What was my stop at? 78. It's a lot of points to size down, right? It's a lot of points, size down. I'm trading evals today. This is evals, guys. This is TPT evals. Wrong way, NQ. Wrong way. Why do you execute on Trade and not Trade? I think there's a slight lag, and I just prefer Trade to execute on. Chat, we're down like 30 points right now. Yeah. Roughly 30 points. Yeah, I just like Trade better. I think the trading view just lags a little too much for my liking. You look like Drake. That's funny. I'm risking about a third of my TPT eval profit here. I have, how much drawdown do I have? Yeah, like 5,000 or so. Yeah, no problem. If we reject here and get stopped, it's going to be very weird for bias the rest of the morning, or the rest of like the early morning. So for me, this is either upside move or I'm going to be off for a little bit. Let's go double up. That's good. It's been pretty choppy since the morning move. No news today, so nothing at 10. How much are you risking? Like 2K. My entry's like 65 or 67. Yeah, I technically front ran this inversion, I'm not gonna lie. You guys can see this, like I barely front ran this a little bit. Chat, keep dropping likes on the stream. The more likes we get, the more giveaways we'll do. We get to 200 likes. We'll do 2 giveaways here for Smart Pro Firm points. All right, back in the green by $1. So chop fest. How do you mess with stop? Okay, that's what is messed up on Tradeovate, and I'm surprised they haven't fixed it. Like, let's say for example, I put my TP up here, right? And this is the position. If I get stopped out and it goes down to my TP or like stop loss, it's not gonna cancel my TP out, which is very annoying. There's been a couple times where that's happened, and I've left my desk, and I'll unfortunately put into a different trade because it doesn't cancel it out. So that's the only knock I have on Tradeovate. Like, it's 2025. How do you not have that? But yeah, that's the only thing I'd say. What's that TBT Black Friday sale? I'm guessing it's 40% off, no activation fee. Apex probably does a save 90. They usually do it pretty much every Thanksgiving. Use OC. I never use it on Tradeovate. I'll see. They should make like Project X so you could drag it. Yeah, it's way easier on Project X. But if you guys are new here, we're live every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. This Thursday and Friday, obviously we have Thanksgiving and stuff, so half day is not going to be on those days. All right, what are we up? Let's see if we go to high day, and it will take some off and go break even. ES is actually getting a really big spike up. All right, ES is at its first fair value gap. I want to see at least high day on one of these indices here. What's the idea behind this long 5-minute gap? SMT at the lows, 1-minute inversion. That's the thought process. You can't use ATM on group trades? Makes sense. I need ES above this gap. No, bro. We ordered a new mic last night. I'm not even lying. This mic, when I'm streaming, it sounds really bad. When I'm like doing something else, it's fine. I don't know why. It's weird. What do you plan to do with the mill? Save for taxes and reinvest. Can we take a high day, please? All right, there you go. I'm going to take half off here for 50 points, and then we'll go break even, stops on the rest. All right, boom. Risk-free trade chat. There you go. Very nice trade. Starting off the morning with a win. Chat, who took this? 60 points here. Chat, type 1 if you guys took this trade. Type 1 if you took the trade. Dubs. Good shit. What was the reason behind this trade? Well, we were holding this 5-minute gap. SMT at the lows on ES from the hourly lows. And then I saw the 1 minute inversion. I actually pre-ran the inversion. If we didn't pre-run the inversion, this would have been TP in like 3 points. But we pre-run the inversion and then into our take profit. I'm actually going to take a little bit more off just in case. Let's do like 10. Damn, we're actually really nice. This is a really nice move right here. We just got 3 micros left on each. We started with a mini on basically. 67. We'll put our TP like +8 just in case. All right, good shit, chat. Good shit. Secured a nice little gain right there. Do you have a supercar? I do not. Yeah, your stop loss at break even. This is take profit trader. It's evals. I had 10 micros, so it was 10 micros on each, and I trimmed 7. So pass another toxic account. Good shit. I trade evals a little more aggressively. In this case, I'm not trading them too aggressively because I'm gonna have to wait 5 days anyways, so there's no reason to rush it. All right, chat. Another 100-point trade here. $100 chat. All right, ES highs. Let's trim 5 more. Boom. Adjust our break even. All right, there you go. Good work, guys. Good work. TPT has trailing drawdown on the funded. Yes. Chat, you know it's a banger trade when I go to the Discord and I see Lanto took the exact same trade. You know it's a banger when me and Lanto take the same trade without any communication. Thank you, Elijah. I appreciate you, bro. You're always out here supporting. Chat, this is your first time tuning in. Like I said, we do this every day. Make sure to drop a sub on the stream. Let's run a giveaway right now as well. Alright, run the likes and we'll do a giveaway. We get 200 likes right now, we'll do 2 giveaways. 200 likes, we'll do 2 giveaways. Let's wait for that 200 likes. We're almost at 10k subs. I think we're like at 6.8. So hopefully we could get 10k like start of or end of January or something like that. That'd be good. You could partial at BE or depend. Yeah, I partialed that. Or no, I partialed TP1 and then BE. But now I have like really light runners left. Like it's not really a big size. Now I just have a BE. Chad, I'm telling you, Apex Lucky, they stopped me from trading, bro. If I was still had those accounts, I'd probably be at the record. I'm not gonna lie. That was minis, or micros, excuse me. I was in one mini, 10 micros, and I turned most of them at the highest. Stay humble. Hey, I mean, dude. I feel like I could talk a little bit. Just a tad bit. Alright, we'll probably get break even on the rest of these. We pretty much got our move that we're looking for into the new high day. ES, like I said, ES a lot more weaker than NQ. Guys, look at the percentage wise. This is 0.72. This is 1.3. So like a 0.7% difference, almost a 1% difference on ES. And ES structure looks a little bit weaker than NQ's does. So we'll see. We'll see who get it. Missed the entry, so waiting. I feel you. I feel like now for entries for longs, is gonna have to wait until. All right, there you go. 1,000 per on the eval. I'm almost done with that. I need like 2,000 more, and I'm good. Yeah, I do. A lot of tech stocks I pretty much own. Chat, I think that's honestly going to be the best trade of the AM session. If I'm being honest with you guys, I think that'll be the best trade. It was a pretty clean move. First 5-minute tap of the fair value gap. If you guys are just wondering why I took this trade, we had a 5-minute gap tap here on NQ. We had SMT with these lows on ES, so we had a bullish SMT. ES was obviously way weaker than NQ. I kind of front ran the inversion here. I didn't really realize we didn't close over it, but then it worked out anyways. Alright, run that shit. Alright, I got you. Alright, let's run the giveaway. Alright, we do smart prop firm points. If you guys don't know what smart prop firm is, you can use code SMART. You can get points for using our codes, and you can redeem them for evals. You get payout protection, and plus much more on smartpropfirm.com. If you guys win this giveaway, just send me your smart prop firm email, and I will get the points posted to you as soon as possible. Alright, let's do 800 smart prop firm points. So, okay. Appreciate you, Rocky. Appreciate you, bro. I didn't want to front run the inversion, dude. I didn't mean to front run it. I kind of accidentally front ran it. I wasn't paying attention too much. All right, there's a link to Discord in the chat. If Surge wins again, he's getting banned. Bro won twice in like the last 4 giveaways. All right, but we basically got a really good move, over 100 points on this trade. We're finished with this trade here. We'll see where the rest of this day goes. This 4-hour close is actually pretty strong. I think we could just continue higher today. The only reason that I'm kind of like iffy about it, like not fully convinced, is because of how weak ES is, but NQ is very convincing. Look at this 4-hour move on NQ. We took out the monthly lows. This can actually draw pretty much up and fill these gaps here. We left a lot of buy side up above when we did have our move down. All these highs right here are going to get ran through eventually. Just don't know exactly when. Hopefully, like I said, above this high, we'll get a really good clean structure move above, because that exact high is above these areas where we rejected. It's at that daily gap. So any close above like 25-100 on the daily chart, we'll get a 1 day change in state of delivery for higher prices. That's kind of what I'm looking at for rest of the month, and then going into next month as well. How are I doing the giveaway? It's on the giveaway channel. Make sure to have a smart prop firm account. If you don't have a smart prop firm account, there's no point in this. Yeah. If you win, just DM me on Discord. All right, cool. Yeah. All right, 18 seconds on the giveaway. Rook, and Rev, congrats on the win. DM me regarding the smart prop firm email, and I will get you guys the points. Congrats. It costs, I think, 900 points for an eval, so you guys are pretty much there. I've seen Red before. I think so too. That's in one of your streams you're talking about a certain fair value gap wasn't a high probability, which makes it for high probability. It's like when liquidity is obvious, right? I'm pretty sure that in that example I gave, it was either because we're trending very high and we did not get a pull, like a solid pullback for continuation, or it was when liquidity was already taken. I'm not sure, Gianna. I'm not sure. Chat, reminder, this is a very short week. We have Thursday and Friday half days. Thursday's open? Yeah, I don't know why it is. It's so dumb. Friday's a half day too. I mean, it's Thanksgiving holidays. I don't know. Alright, this is the hourly look here. This is a massive fair value gap. I wish we had a better idea where this is gonna head. I think we just gotta keep playing higher, to be honest. What's the benefit of smart? So basically, you get points if you use the code, and you can redeem those for evals. You can also have payout protections and raffles every month that we give away to everybody. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Thursday and Friday will count as one trading day though. Do Indian people celebrate Thanksgiving? I guess it's depending on the family. My family doesn't really do much for Thanksgiving. But I go to my friend's house. His mom and dad usually host all of the friends of the group. TBT is 5 days to pass. 5 days. With the 50% rule. You think Armin versus Ilya is going to happen? Yeah, and I think Armin wins. Confirmed counts in 2 days? Okay. Alright, acting wise. Good shit, bro. ICT live right now? Yeah. I saw it before I got on. I had a pretty good conversation with him. It was pretty cool. If you guys don't know, I hopped on Twitter Spaces on, I think it was Friday. And he was on with Kit. They did their trader roundup, and me and him were talking. It was pretty cool. We were chatting. I have the recording of it. I just gotta upload it to YouTube. Brian, you missed a banger trade, bro. Here for the next one. Dude, I think we just keep going higher, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Brian, are you streaming today? Everyone misses you, bro. Everyone misses you. What did you say? What question? Mr. What did you say? You could repost it. How's No November going, bro? I fell like 10 seconds in. Morning, Drizzy. Congratulations on the big payout. Never doubt, brothers. It's always been real. Happy. I appreciate you, bro. You're always in here supporting, Umir. I appreciate you. Thank you. Would you recommend Tradify Lightnings? Yeah, I think instant funded accounts are good if you are someone who could take it slow. I just find it hard to trade what is it called? Instant funded. The 20% consistency is a lot. I was asking about the risk on trade eval. I mean, I usually just go for max if I can. On Top Step, since I could pass in one day, I'll risk the full 4,500. On TPT, I take a little bit more chill since it's 5 days to pass anyways. Key when ready to get back to me. All love. Much love, bro. Much love. All right, getting a solid move down here. I don't know if this is gonna draw lower or not. I think it's going to be very telling to see what this next hourly does after this one, because if we create a fair value gap and then we inverse it, that'd be a good tell. New here about CD following X, what you've done about lost move motivator. Much love, bro. Much love, Key. 1 hour BPR? Yeah. I mean, is it really a BPR though? Look, I think the 4 hour close is very strong. I think it's honestly a good close. It's just that ES is so weak. Like ES 4 hour close is not promising. Also, the lows on ES was like so good for no reason. Look at this. I think there's some really good lows, but I think this is a stay hands off. We already caught a really nice trade for over 100 points. I think the rest of it is kind of cooked. It's Monday. We don't have major drivers. I think so too. Yeah, I think it'll be choppy. All right, let me check the news again. I think it's PPI tomorrow, right? Yeah, PPI in the morning. Okay. I just think the bias is a little bit iffy. That's the main thing. Yeah, it's definitely this 4 hour gap, that's why. For sure. Nice trade today. Keep responding with your work. You guys are solid in trading game. Appreciate it, bro. I'm trying to help you guys all out too with these lives. Learn something and obviously take some of the trades as well. If you guys have any questions on why I ever took a trade, post them in the chat. I'm always willing to go over it. Appreciate it, Sly. Appreciate it. When there's multiple 1 minute stacked fair value gaps and you don't know which one to go to, like this one, for example, like let's say this is a start, right? So usually what happens is if we do get a volatile open like this is like our 6:30 open, right? So pretty aggressive 200 points. You just need to wait for a retracement. By retracement, I mean not like this, not like this 1 minute gap, right? What you want to do is wait for a 5 minute to form, and then once that 5 minute forms, that's when you can start taking your trades to the upside. So that's how I play. I just saw a question in the chat saying, when do you know what fair value gap to play? When there's multiple gaps like this on a lower time frame, it's usually setting up a larger time frame one fair value gap on a larger time frame. In this case, it'll be like the 5 minute. It's not super large, but time frame, but it's higher than the 1 minute, which I usually take my entries off of, and it'll be easier to kind of depict where price is going once you get a move into that. I hope that made sense. Yes, sir, Blouse. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Did ES take out the high? What do you say? Cross-reference to ES? It is like today was a little iffy because ES was so weak, but in most cases they're moving pretty similar, in terms of like how much they're up. So I don't really cross-check too much. Like for the rest of the day, I think the highest probability of trade comes from this fair value gap right here. If we create it and tap into it. If we don't tap into it, it's gonna be low probability in my eyes. Appreciate you, Tay. I think it's Tay 80. Appreciate you, bro. Much love, much love. I appreciate all the wishes. Like it was a lot of notifications on Twitter this weekend. Like I try to reply to as many people as I can, but I saw most of the messages, and I do appreciate you guys. Yeah, ES is gonna go for the equal highs. I just don't know if we're gonna continue or not. Like I honestly don't know. We're up like almost 2%. This, like I said, this 4 hour close is pretty strong. It's about us tapping this 1 hour gap and seeing if we can possibly tap that. But yeah, 1 hour is good. The 4 hours getting a close and very close, or strong close already. ES still hadn't broke structure above this previous wick, which is fine because NQ is a lot stronger. So kind of just waiting to see what we get here on the higher time frame, like the daily. If we get a closure above like 24.9, 25.1, I think that's a good indication that we're gonna go back to all-time highs. But very choppy now. What's your ideal RR? I mean, I take any RR. I take 1-to-1. I take 1 to 1.5. 2 to 1, 3 to 1. So what happens is in lower or in areas where we're more volatile and times where VIX is higher, like it is right now. What ended up happening and why I was able to run up Apex so hard is because I would have a trade for like 1 to 1.5 R, right? But the downside moves were so strong that after my first trim and I go break even, it would just keep running for 2, 3, 4 R. That's what was able to basically have exponential growth on my accounts. So in terms of the last take profit, I usually don't have a hard last take profit, right? Especially if we are trending. Let's say I was long from down here, right? Like at 500s. Like I would not have a final take profit in just because we're, trending so nicely. If that makes sense. So the first TP, it could be 1 to 1, it could be 1.5. It doesn't matter. But I try to hold my runners as long as possible, especially in areas where VIX is very high. Give me 1 second. All right, we're back. I'll have a full dedicated video on Apex. It'll be easier to watch that way. Can you explain the VIX? The VIX is just a volatility index. Basically, it shows you how volatile we actually are. So, like, and the daily range we're going to get. So, you guys can see, we're usually at like 16 for VIX, right? This is the start of the month, and we shot all the way up 70% to like 28, which means from here to here, the daily range went up around 75% on NQ. That's not the exact calculation of how you calculate it. There actually is a formula to calculate the expected daily range, but just for simple purposes, basically, the higher the VIX, the more volatile we are in the market. So this is the time where you want to take advantage, right? October, here, and this is correlated directly with the market going down. The more the market goes down, the higher the VIX gets. It's funny because I actually did a paper on this on my first year of school about. We could pick our topic, and I did the correlation between VIX and the market having negative returns. Usually, the market grinds up and it's lower volatility, and it goes pretty slow. About half, Nick. All right, we're just continuing to run here. That hourly gap is kind of getting pretty far away, so we'll see if this is gonna just open up and go the next hour, or what's the deal with this? What's the ideal returns? I mean, you're not gonna get banned on most firms. Doesn't matter. Continuation so far. I wouldn't give this price too. I wouldn't say this is like the greatest price action of all time. It's been pretty choppy for the most part. This is like a one trade and call it a day. We're kind of forming this like the trend line liquidity here. It's kind of like, maybe this starts giving out a little bit. We'll see. I see himself as live. Yeah. I saw his little thing pop up. The optimal entry was literally like right before open here, or like 500s off this 1 minute or 5 minute and 15-minute inversion. This is like an area where it's like too high to kind of long this because we're not really getting proper retracements, and too aggressive to the upside where it's not good for shorts either. Yeah, I normally do Roasty when there's like no draws on liquidity available. Like if you look at the 15-minute, there's no DOL here. If you look at the hourly, it's just a massive gap, and same with the 4 hour. So I went down the 15-minute and saw 15-minute highs, basically. Because similar to what I was saying earlier about when there's like so many 1 minute gaps stacked up, it usually has a higher time frame for rally gap. It's the same thing with this. So many 15-minute gaps, it's usually a massive 4 hour, 1 hour gap. I see. When you start trading, do you have any rules feel too rigid and strict that prevent you from trading the way you are? Yeah, it was a limit on my trades. I used to have a max trade per day, no matter if I win or loss. If I lose, I take 2 trades. If I take 2 trades, losses back to back, I'm done, right? But if I win 2 trades, I also used to be done. But that's not the case no more because I understand not all of the market conditions are equal, and some conditions are going to provide you with more opportunity than others. So for me, it was like, okay, if I win 2 in a row and the market's still moving very well and I'm seeing my setup still present itself, why am I not taking the trade, right? So that rule was one of the ones that really helped me. Big on strike the iron, 100%, dude. Strike when the iron's hot is definitely something I'm still working on it, but getting better at. How was it trading when you first started? I mean, it was. I honestly think November price action, like this month, was one of the best I've ever traded in my life. Like, obviously, everyone's gonna have different opinions about different months. For me personally, I think it was really easy to read because I was really looking for these October lows, right? So once we like inverse this daily gap here, it was really full on bear bias for me. I was like, okay, I'm gonna look for any type of retracement up. I'm gonna look to short it. I'm gonna look to short it. That's exactly what I did. I shorted this here, and it was so much range that you were able to short for like 200, 300 points, and the market will still reverse. It's fine. Daily gap short, continuation short, everything was just shorts. I know you and Lanto trade multiple sessions a day, but what makes you decide if you're going to stay up for Asia? It's basically dependent on volatility. If New York's volatile and the VIX is high, which the VIX is very high right now, right? It's good to trade Asia because we got large moves, right? You don't want to trade Asia when it's not moving and the volatility is low. That's when it gets low probability and people usually get messed up. Does that make sense? I do not use a 30-minute now. Not really. Just to grind up, chat. New hourly open in 20 minutes. They're probably just going to continue pushing up. Take on crypto. Don't try to time the bottom. Just DCA is what I'm doing. DCA. I miss using a CE. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I do not use CEs as much, bro. I just feel like, bro, CEs are, I don't know, dude. I don't like using CEs as a take profit, dude. I feel like it never gets there. CEs are, what the fuck? Hello? What's happening, chat? Is this on my screen? Oh, it is. Hold on. Hold on. Oh my god. Why is it not clicking out? Chat is not clicking out. No. Go away. Oh my goodness. like ICT, but I don't know 2 minutes less. He's angry. I don't think he's angry. I think it's more like he's passionate. I mean, he's always on teacher mode because that's what he does. He's a teacher. On the entry on the woman inverse, do you wait for the tap back? I don't wait for a tap back in. No. I always just take it off straight off the inversion. That's how I've always been using it. Chat, it's just going to be a continuation. Like I said, it's not really good to short this, and there's no pullbacks for long either. If you didn't take that first trade, it's kind of like iffy now in terms of how it's going to work out. Yeah, we can push all the way up. I think so. It's just super choppy. Yeah, wait for the closure and then go and take it. Trying to get TP. I know people would have an issue with that. Luckily, I didn't have any issues with that, but I had it before, and it is very annoying. Did we take a trade? Yes, we did. A trade on eval today got $1,000 per. The apex is not a lot. If you break the real, it will. Marco, we're still working through things. I'm trying to pass the eval to get that PA. Yeah, the PA nice. $40 activation is good. No, I'm not holding the trade. I'm all out. I'm all out. Getting pretty high up here. What a crazy weekly look. Like, we literally have not moved since September. Weekly range has been chopping, but it's been pretty good. Like I said, it's been tradable, so. No, I'm not looking for anything much, bro. This is the moves already happened. Like I said, we already caught our trade. There's no reason for me to double dip in this price action. There's some times where you want to double dip in price action. This is not one of them. I think I don't know whenever the sale ends, so before the sale ends, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't want to double dip here. All right, chat. We're gonna wrap up the stream here. Good start on a Monday. We caught a trade for about 100 points. We're gonna wrap up here, and then we'll be live again tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. For everyone new in here, make sure to drop a sub, so you guys don't miss out on the next stream. I appreciate everyone's support throughout the weekend and last week. I really do. It does mean a lot. So thank you guys for that. All right, chat. We're gonna wrap up here. Peace and love, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. If you guys are in the Discord, I'll see you guys throughout the day. Peace and love. Peace and love.